What's up, guys? Rob with some guy named Rob. Listen, nobody can be like you. You are one of a kind. One of a kind. Now, people can emulate you. They can try to be like you. They can try to do the things that you do. But the truth is, there is a specific keyhole, and you are the only key that fits in there to unlock everything that you have, all your potential. So, today we're talking about that, right? We're talking about what it means to be yourself. You have got to be comfortable in being yourself. The only way you get comfortable in being yourself is to actually be yourself, to live your life out loud. Okay, what does that look like? Now, I keep this in music, but you can take and transfer it to any part of your life. Musically, what does it look like? When we first start off, we are all imitators. We're all mimicking things that we've heard before. So if you're just now starting off, that's all right. It's okay. You're imitating other people right now. Totally okay. You know why? Because you got to find your own voice. Your voice will be your own, but right now it's going to be a culmination of a lot of other things inside your life. A lot of other things, such as the music that you listen to growing up, your parents' influence on you, or any kind of environmental influence you've had musically. You have absorbed that, and growing up, I grew up in the South. Now, I didn't ever really listen to country music, which is really popular around here, because my parents didn't listen to that. They listened to more contemporary stuff and things that were on the radio. And so, whenever I was about 13 years old, I found a little cassette tape and I wanted to buy it, and it was by The Cure. So, I bought this thing inside. So I was on some trip somewhere in between here and Colorado, found it in the store, still remember it to this day, and I still have it somewhere to this day. And I experienced something new, and I found my own kind of music, what I liked. So I grew up doing that. Now, as I've gotten older, I've returned to not necessarily country music, but folk music and things like that. So all those years that I was drenched in this country kind of vibe, I never grasped that. But as I grew as a person, those things were influencing me to a degree, and that's why actually I released my album The Folkster, because it's not really folk music, but it's my music with a twist of folk to it. So who are you? That's the question. Maybe you've been raised by somebody who loved hip hop. Maybe you've been raised by somebody who loved opera. All those things, and maybe you don't love hip hop, and maybe you don't love opera, but maybe all those things have crept into you to where you have this cultured world view of music, which I think is where everybody is right now, honestly. Back whenever I was younger, I would be listening to all these amazing bands, and none of them had the same genre. Ska and reggae and well, not hard rock. Probably never went too hard. I never got into the heavier bands like Slayer and Megadeth and those. I mean, I'd listen to them for like a song and be like, okay, I've heard them, but but all these different arrays, and then classical music, and then you know opera, and I was trained classically. I was trained as an opera singer so that I could sing in the repertoire. But I don't do it very often because let's face it, the call for opera in Arkansas or even Colorado or any of the other states that I bounce around in, that's it's not as big, at least not as big in the venues that I tend to end up in. So, who are you? That's the question you've got to ask yourself today. Who are you? It's okay that you start off being a mimic of somebody else, but you can't stay being a mimic of somebody else unless you do a tribute band, in which case you could. If you got the chops to sound like Freddie Mercury and you want to sound like him and you want to go out and play in a tribute band, rock on, man. There's not a whole lot of people that have that kind of voice. And if you do and you want to sort of, if you want to take what you've got and put it out there for the world to see under the guise of being a cover band, that's totally fine, or a cover person. But if you've got that kind of talent, then that truthfully what that means is you could go beyond what Freddie did, and your key goes into your keyhole, and you open up what's behind that door that's intended for you. So I'm always going to encourage people. Your interpretation of those songs is more important than how they're already been recorded. When I do a live song, I don't try to do it the exact same way another band's done it before. When I do a cover song, I don't try to do it that way. I try to add something to it that makes it better, or at least more pleasing to my ears. Now, there are times whenever I've covered songs, I thought, there's no way I can do this better. Like, for example, when Jeff Buckley covered Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, it's hard to do it better than Leonard Cohen, but then he blew it away. He really did, out of the water, right? And now, so many people cover Hallelujah, I have to ask myself before I play it, can I offer this song anything? And compared to Jeff Buckley's version, no. But do I enjoy it and still play it occasionally? Yeah, I do. It's just not on my, I don't play it every time I'm out. I play it for special occasions or when people ask. The thing is with cover songs, you really do have to add something to it. And you have to make it your own. Because everybody's heard the original, you know? Why do it just like the original? Even guys I know playing cover bands all the time, they will do this. They'll take a song that's popular and then they'll add themselves to it. That's them putting themselves in the keyhole, turning it and opening up and saying, this is what's in store for me. All right, that's my encouragement today. We all start off that way. We all start off mimicking, but you have to grow comfortable in who you are so that you can be the musician you're meant to be. The best way to do that, get out there and play. That's it. If nobody shows up, well, I have a video for that too. And if you like this stuff, please push subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Just push all so you'll know that they're all there. And let people know, hey, this guy named Rob, this crazy guy named Rob, he's starting to tell us like how we can be better at being musicians. Remember, my favorite quote about musicians and music is, the only musician that you have to be better than is the one you were yesterday. All right. God bless you, my friends. I hope that this helps somebody. I hope that you guys find some joy in these videos. If you do, please share them, and I will catch you on the flip side. See ya.